I've imprinted myself in here with, because I've chosen specific bloodlines so that I can experience that within this holographic world. And this is who you chose to be, whether you chose to be someone who has beautiful carbon skin and coily hair. Do you not know that you chosen those bloodlines to have that look so that you could harness the energies? Because remember, I told you, the darker the skin, the more cosmic energy you can take in. You have more, you're able to pull in more frequencies, because black matter collects light. So I always say this because people don't like when I say this, but why? Because everybody has a benefit. And to demonize people with darker skin is just a projection of how ignorant and how you are devoid of light. Because anyone knows, if I have a crayon and I put red on my paper, then I put yellow, then I put orange, then I'll put green, then I'll put blue. What color, doesn't it start to get darker until it's black? So that in itself means that it pulls in all the frequencies of light. All those colors are incorporated in that dark skin. So why would that be the most demonized thing? Oh, she's black. Oh, she has coily hair, brings in all the frequencies. They have more access to the algorithm. They have access to all of the frequencies that come. When you have a coil in a car, would you have a straight thing? When you want to pull in energy, what do you have to do? You have to coil it, right? Coils bring in energy. So why would that be a negative thing? I want to say that because a lot of times I think that people who are brown skin are treated unwell, but for the very thing that they have access, for the very thing that most people would love to have, for the very thing that allows them to put. Now, whether they utilize it or not, that's another question. Because if you socially engineer and you put everything on the news to make those people look criminal, to make them look like monsters, to make little brown girls feel like they're not as pretty because only the little light girls get attention, of course they're going to feel a certain way about themselves. And maybe because they take in that feeling that other people, that's why I say to you, how other people feel about you has nothing to do with you. Those little girls take in other people's opinions of them. But if her grandmother told her and her mother told her that how someone feels about you, baby, hasn't anything to do with you, is how you feel about yourself. And that's why that last scene of a trail meeting himself at the pillars, when he faces himself, that is our last final exam. Why I use that as an example is because I noticed that our last exam, our final exam, is everything that we've taken on of others' opinions, of the outer world's opinions, and we've imprinted it and infused it inside of ourselves as if it's part of us. We chose who we are, y'all. Big, black, ugly, whatever it is. There's no such thing as ugly, but you know what I mean? You chose your avatar. Everything about you is perfect. Why would you choose it otherwise? This world is a choice. When you came into this video game, you said, hey, just like Kevin Hart, I want to be a zoologist. I'm going to be short and black, but because I need to be able to get underneath stuff. I need to do who you are, who you chose genetically. Your bloodline matters. You chose that bloodline because that was the perfect ingredient for you to master certain aspects of yourself. Why? That's why they progenerate hating yourself. That's why they tell everybody, oh, you could change yourself. Oh, if you don't like yourself, because that's why they won't ascend. That's why they won't be able to leave through the door, because part of you seeing yourself is seeing your true self and accepting it. When I reach those pillars and I have to look at my image and see Fleur Brun, a little chunky, just looking at the same little girl before, will I accept myself? Or would I take in other people's negative opinions about me? Oh, she's this, she's that. Because if I do, I'll reject myself and I won't be able to exit. Because part of being here is accepting your own choices based on you knowing that those very things you chose in your bloodline. I don't care if your mama was a crackhead. That woman, when she was younger, she probably was a genius. She probably had so many things that may have overwhelmed her. Maybe the Matrix made it a point to put so much pressure on her in her neighborhood to make her feel like that little girl who doesn't feel good about herself. And then eventually, as a way to try to cope with the hurt and the pain and feeling everybody's imprint of her being lesser, she ends up doing drugs to try to mute those emotions. But was she not a god before that? Was she not a god as a little girl? Was she not a little girl that could see things? Maybe that mama who ended up being a crackhead, maybe she was a little girl that could see things, that could see spirits. Maybe she was able to go and pierce through the other realm. Maybe she was able to see beyond the stars. And everything in her life told her that was a lie, and told her that wasn't true, and told her she was an idiot, told her she was a crazy person. And she took that in. Be grateful. This whole firmament, this whole inside this firmament is teaching everybody, change yourself. Go get, you're fat, Fleur Brun. Go get some, what's that stuff again? Ozempic, and go shoot your stomach in. Let your stomach fall asleep. You'll be dead on the inside, but so long as you look good to everybody else, that's all that matters. They will progenerate, but guess what? I reject that. I reject it. I'm okay with me. And if you see me as that, if you see me as a disgusting person, if you see me as stupid, if you see me as an ape woman, if you see me as a fatty, then that's on you. That hasn't anything to do with me. I love the way I look because my mother and father, who I love, made me, and I chose them. And I love everything about them. I love the way they looked. I love the genes that came together to create me. And I'm okay with that. How you feel about me? Okay. Does it feel good to hear that? Probably not. But that hasn't anything to do with me, because at the end of the day, when I turn this screen off, when I turn everything off and I lie in my bed, I just have me. And I have to be okay with me because I chose this, and everything about me has gotten me to this layer and level of awareness. So why would I let someone else's opinion affect me? Why would I let their opinions make me feel lesser so that I go through the world with a feeling of depreciation? You have to be okay with you. If you chose to be a male and you look the way you do, you chose it for a reason. Your experiences were to come here and experience this world in a masculine and being able to interface with things from a masculine point of view. Why would you choose to change that? That is who you chose to be. So you're saying that the higher self is a liar? Your higher self was making things, was an idiot? The higher self outside this firmament, outside of this construct of social media and social engineering, it was an idiot. Is that what you're saying? So, that being said, right now, at this time, we're about to hit a precipice of higher frequencies, one that probably many of us haven't ever experienced before in this video game. I don't know that everyone has been in this loop double time. Most people make it through the reset and get to the graduation point where they're able to take in the frequencies without, without, with being able to take it in and being able to open up and occupy the space with a layer of, I don't want to say superiority, of your abilities being on deck. Like the codons, the reason why we get bombarded with so much frequency and so much radiation, the galactic radiation is what we're supposed to be able to take in. The cosmic radiation, the gamma radiation. You know, if you ever watched the Hulk, remember the Hulk? The Hulk was able to take in all that gamma radiation. Remember? He was like David Banner. Did you guys remember that? Y'all, did you remember hold on. Do you remember the Hulk? Oh, that was so good. I love that show when I was a little girl. He was a scientist, and he got exposed to that gamma radiation, y'all. Oh, he was Bruce Banner. Oh boy, melanin. He was like a month, and he wasn't that smart. Do you see the duality? So inside of him, he had a scientist, a smart guy, a regular guy, a matrix guy, but inside of him, he had a beast. And he was strong and powerful, and he was able to save people. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's inside of all of us that are real. Okay? And that gamma radiation, they were telling you what you're supposed to be exposed to. That gamma radiation, now listen, I won't say it feels great, because it's bombarding, and they're co-opting the energies too. And all of these Wi-Fi frequencies things, hold on. Oh, hold on. You know, I tell you to put, I tell you to try to put your stuff in these dark bags. Like if I have to put like any sort of chargers or anything, try to keep your stuff off of you, because it's too much radiation that they purposefully want you to be exposed to other forms of radiation that aren't as positive. This is the Go to I Love Guard Dark. If you don't have it, I have tons of them. Like I have, like this is the bigger one. I don't even know what I have in here. Hold on. That's what I have in here. Oh, okay. I travel with this. Oh, I keep my other cell phone. I keep my Brazil cell phone. See, and then I keep all this protection on it. You know what I mean? I have like what is this? Oh, this is, you know, I have the diode. I have this on it. This is my Brazil phone. So I keep like stuff in here. Like if you travel, try not to have all your electronics out. And I don't care if you turn them off. Make sure you, it's Go Dark. You can look online, Go Dark. I'm not a sponsor for them, so, you know, I don't sponsor anything, but I love this company and I travel with these. So if I go on a plane or anything, because all of your electronics have that battery, that lithium battery. Hold on. They have that lithium battery on it and they can just combust. And remember, I told you what I told you. That's why, remember, this is reset, y'all. They have to clear everything. They have to clear everything. They have to clear the entire set. It's like being in a play, and the play, this is the finale, okay? So it's very important for you to understand that there's rogue energies going around. Like even putting the smart meters, you can deny them the smart meters in your houses, y'all. I don't know how many times I've told you that. Like in my house in Florida, remember I told them to kiss my grits? Kiss my grits. Remember that? Kiss my grits. I told them not to come to my house. And guess what? I went to New York. And what I find? Those motherfuckers came to my house. They came to my house, y'all. It's my house. I pay the mortgage. I'm paying the stuff. How you going to come to my house on my property and come to my house? How did they know I left my house to put the smart meter on? So you know what I did? I called those motherfuckers and I said, you going to get arrested. I'm going to do whatever I have. I'm going to spend everything to get at you. Because, you know, I'm petty like that. And I said, take the goddamn smart meter off my house. I'm not paying for it. Take it off. So know what they had to do? They had to come to my house and take the smart meter off. And I had to pay a little fee per month. Isn't that crazy? I had them take off the technology and I have to pay a fee. So I had them take the sucker off, and you don't have to have a smart meter in the house. You can tell them that is your right, because a smart meter is a bomb. It's a nuclear bomb. They are going to clear this site. It's a set, y'all. They got to clear the set. What happens when you're done with a play? You got to clear the set. You usually break down the props. All of these so-called Tesla cars, they want you to get, you know why? Because those are bombs. Allegedly. I'm not saying anything. I'm a liar. Don't listen to me. Okay? Those are bombs. Allegedly. Those are all lithium batteries. Did you see that? Listen, they all, okay, solar panels, everything that they're promoting you to now is to clear the set with reset. You got all these people driving around here. Be careful if you got your people down the block or next door that got Teslas. I'm telling you, allegedly, I'm an actor, I'm a joker, I'm an idiot. Okay, dude, there isn't any reason. Why don't they want you to have your old cars? Why don't they want you to keep your old vehicles that don't have those batteries in it? My suggestion is not to put solar panels on top of your houses. If you're gonna have them, put it on the stands on side. I know it's unsightly, but if you go there, like I said, if we get a huge solar flash, what do you think is gonna happen to the Teslas and the smart meters and the solar panels on your house? You know the pole shift is coming, right? Okay, you know the solar flashes come in. And again, I don't even think the solar flashes are organic. I think sometimes there's natural ones and there's the ones that they generate, because they have HARP systems all over the place. All they have to do is put a flash and that sucker, everything blows up. Okay, did you ever see when the guy has a lithium battery and they make it seem like, you ever see those videos that were showing online and they had no context to it? Where it's like in India and the guy's holding his phone and then he just incites. First of all, I think he's a robotoid. I think he is actually a lithium battery. People ask me what I thought of those videos. Some of the videos you see the actual device blow up, but in some videos you actually see the being blow up. I actually think that these are robotoids that they have living around people that have lithium batteries and they're literally exploding. Okay? It's very important that you pay attention, y'all. If you are on that last layer and that next layer and you a gladiator coming to the point where we're going into the Colosseum, and the Colosseum has Tesla cars. Did you watch the movie? They told you what happens to the Tesla cars on The World Left Behind. What is it called? The World Left Behind? Is it called The World Left Behind? Oh, Leave the World Behind. Thank you, Demache. The World Left Behind. Leave the World Behind. So remember all those cars, those Tesla cars that were just going all in one crowd? They would go auto driving to one location. That was them telling you not the real. That's not only what they'll do. They can also be self-initiated to blow up, y'all. Okay? Anything with a lithium battery has that ability. That's why I walk around like this. Because this is a Fahrenheit bag. This is a Fahrenheit bag, right? Okay, I keep this in this, and I'm hoping that's enough. And I don't keep a lot of technology. And I told you, my baby brother turned off my computer back there. I made him take out the lithium battery. I couldn't do it. He took out the lithium battery. I'll plug in my computer, but I had people like, why would you do that? Because that can be used. And you know how Willy Wonka doesn't like me that much. Why would I ever let them have something that they could activate in my house? You notice I tell you, I have 0 televisions in my room. I haven't ever put televisions in my children's room. I won't put television sets in anything. Those are all can be activated and what do you call it? Ignited. Okay. Aluminum box, I think so. Professor A, I think so. Like a Furman, that's a classic. I think the aluminum box you got to see, but that's metal. Just find the material that they use for the Fahrenheit bags. Now, the aluminum is cool because it probably helps to mute everything inside. You're a guy. I'm assuming you're a gentleman. You probably know more than I do. A Fahrenheit bag, Fahrenheit bag. You know how they do it, right? So, see if you find out like a good formula to putting it. I know back in the days they used to put it in like, yeah, aluminum boxes. And so remember like the military guys have the steel boxes where it's like the lead boxes. Are those lead? Who are my military guys? Do they have, are those lead boxes? I have one downstairs. Yeah, Cactus, it could. They could do it right now. I don't have a TV yet. Fahrenheit bag. Okay, thank you. The other sea stars are explaining what the Fahrenheit bags are multiple layers of various metallic layers. Thank you. Myth said that. Victorious. Thank you. I would imagine that just a program in the binary level code that causes a battery to overheat. Well, you know, especially when they're on your phone, a lot of times how you know they're tapping your phone, they tap everybody's phone is tapped. But, you know, since Fleur Brun has been back from the Rainbow Russian man that was stalking me, and big up to the Rainbow Russian guy with the rainbow shorts in Vancouver. I don't know what that was about, y'all. But ever since then, my phone was getting hot. And I know from listening to others who are in the, you know, in the techie field, is like a lot of times when they're triangulating your phone or trying to listen and tap in, your phone gets hot on the block. So I make sure, listen, I do what I got to do. Again, I progenerate this reality. A lot of the drama that's progenerated in this reality, I'm sure I co-create because of the way I think, my mindset. But I do take into account that a lot of the technology that we have literally has the ability to do more harm than good. That's what I'm saying. When you're exposed to gamma radiation, it does something different to your genes, like um your superior, your genes that get turned on, your codons that are literally snap closed until you reach a certain precipice of expression of energy or frequency. It opens up and it allows to express certain abilities that are ancient, that your ancient ancestors had access to. That's what I'm talking about. You being a gladiator, you being one of the super beings that are literally waking up to those abilities, and many of you are experiencing it. Also, I also think some of the sleepiness that some of us may have been experiencing, it's like a forethought. It's like a thought that I thought after the fact is, when a caterpillar goes in and creates a pupa or a chrysalis or a cocoon. Y'all, a good movie to see is watch the movie Cocoon. Oh, darn. Okay. Uh, um, Delmarche, can we watch Cocoon next time? We did movie. Remember, we did the Forever Zoom. Delmarche, can we watch Cocoon together next time? Can you remind me, Delmarche? I think we're going to watch the Cocoon together because it's such a good movie, y'all. If you've not watched Cocoon, y'all, this is what I'm talking about. So I think some of that sleepiness that some of us were experiencing could be a layer of like a dormancy. You ever have a baby? Like, I remember my children, like whenever they're about to have a growth spurt or change, they go into sleep. They sleep more. They have to rest more because their body is transforming, it's growing, it's expanding. So they need more sleep. That's why I think that it's really important that during that time, because I remember 3 days ago, I talked to a lot of Zombies and they were living in different countries and we all had the same sleepiness, like the same level. My mom had it, I had it, even my children had it, like a lot of people I knew had it. It makes sense to me that might have been some sort of dormancy. That was because we were changing, morphing, expanding. The abilities that we have were now, because when the ability comes online, your body has to take up for that. So it has to change certain things about itself to be able to take on that new ability. Everything works in sync. Your body is symbiotic. Like everything works together in sync. So if something turns on in your body, other things have to shift and change and transform in order to make that permissible. So that's the part of, like, I think the dormancy, I think that's my opinion. I can't vet it out.